Our countdown to tip-off in the Great American Conference continues, and we are just about here at the midpoint of our journey through the GAC. Our stop today is in Ada. We get to visit with Max Pendery, who is the head men's basketball coach at East Central. And, Coach, welcome, I guess, even more officially now as the head coach. You've been with East Central as an assistant and been here in the GAC for a year. Last year was an interesting year anyway around. So what's it feel like now? You're moving down the bench a little bit. Congratulations then on the new gig.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks, Joey. Yeah, it feels great. Being able to coach here in Ada and with these guys last year was a blessing under Coach Crutchfield. And to be able to continue that and continue the winning tradition and success here is really exciting. And being able, like I said, to coach this group of guys, we got I don't know, something like 7 or 8 returning guys and a handful of new ones to throw into the mix. So it's a good group, and I'm really excited about the year.
I want to talk about all of those, but there are a couple in particular I would like to mention. You talked about Coach Chris Crutchfield, who was there for a season at East Central, and now he has moved on. You're stepping into his role. But not everyone with the last name Crutchfield is moving on. You have a couple of players on your roster, including an all-GAC performer in Jalen last year, that are going to stay with you, and I know that they're important factors for you.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's nice to bring guys like that back who've got, strong character and know what we do and what we want to do from a culture standpoint and from on the floor. Jalen had a great year for us last year. Josh had a really good year, had some really good, key moments, 1-3 hit against Oklahoma Baptist, some huge minutes against them. So it's awesome to bring those guys back. And like you said, we got some other guys returning, Josh Apple, Brendan Burns, some experience returning as well. So I'm excited to coach those guys.
It's a big deal, and Apple also an all-GAC performer. When you talk about that, Coach, let me ask you really quickly. Then you're getting to implement your style now, and it's going to be a little bit of a shift, maybe not too much, but there will be a little bit as your personality and your coaching style steps to the fore now. What's it like then to have the luxury? You have some more seniors coming back, and it's an interesting mix in your roster anyway. But having those players that you don't have to just start from ground zero.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. What we bring back, you mentioned, Josh Apple, Jakeem Akers, Romello Wilbert, some of those guys that played vital minutes for us last year and have experience in this league are going to be really good. And their feel for the game, is going to be really important to our success. And it's just important to basketball in general. But like you said, we're not changing a whole ton from, because as a staff, we bring, basically everybody back but our head coach, and everybody kind of just shifts down. So, we're doing a lot of the same stuff that we were doing last year and just building from that. And, those guys know what we're about, a couple tweaks here and there. And just, with guys' growth, guys stayed in the gym. You mentioned Josh Apple. I mean, he had a great offseason. He's looking really good. I'm excited for his year. And like I said, some of these other returning guys, Jakeem Akers, Jalen, we talked about, Brendan Burns, and these guys, are ready to compete, and they're all, knock on wood, we're all healthy right now. So they're ready to go.
Well, the season gets underway here in just a moment, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. Max Pendery, the head coach at East Central, the Tigers picked 7th according to the GAC preseason coaches poll. There are some new faces, too. You've had a chance to get out and recruit a little bit, so tell us about a couple of these new folks that will be playing in Ada.
Yeah, we've got a couple of junior college transfer guys who, because of the COVID stuff, have some years left. So they might even be listed as freshmen on the roster. I don't know, but they've got experience. Ellis Lee and Julian Baldwin, both coming from Chattahoochee Valley Junior College. And so they've got some good playing experience. They can, they'll be thrown right into the fire. And then we've got a transfer from Central Oklahoma, Shamar Smith, who actually played with 3 of our other guys in high school at Norman North. And he, had a really good first year at UCO. And he brings some experience, some super athleticism, some shooting. And we've got a freshman from Houston, AJ Ferguson, who's gonna play minutes, and he's gonna once again thrown right into the fire. So we got some new faces that are ready to contribute.
Sounds like you have a pretty good Norman North connection, by the way, too, and that's not a bad Not a bad connection at all.
Right.
When you talk about basketball. Well, Coach, your schedule gets underway, and it's just right around the corner. You all travel to Minnesota first, have a game or two in Dallas, a new NAIA opponent in Arkansas Baptist as well. GAC schedule gets underway officially in December, and you travel on the road to Bethany, always a tough place to play, back at home against Northwestern for your second GAC basketball game of the season. Talk about what the schedule looks like.
Yeah, I mean, first with the non-conference, we weren't shy in scheduling. We've got a really tough. We go up to Minnesota to Duluth and play Crookston and Duluth, and those are two really good Northern Sun teams. And then we go down and 4 losses later. Really, really good squad. Rogers State, another MIAA team, and a couple other really good non-conference opponents. And then how good the GAC is, and there's never an off night, so it's going to be a dogfight night in, night out. So we're just ready to go against somebody else at this point.
And I think that the conference seems to just be getting better with each passing year too. So that's something good. I don't know, maybe not, as you're stepping in now. So it's on your shoulders. The responsibility is there for you now, Coach. But I look forward to getting to see you all play this season. And again, playing the full schedule, you get to see how you're going to fare against those schools from Arkansas as well this year. So Coach Max Pendery, team picked 7th according to the preseason GAC coaches poll. Thank you so much for taking time with us as we count down to tip off here in the GAC.